You're so smart that it literally triggers people. A 2021 study showed that exposure to superior intelligence activates our threat detection system in the brain. The amygdala lights up when we encounter someone visibly smarter than us, and it's the same response we have to physical threats. It upsets us. I ain't even done. But when I tell you this tweet alone made so much sense about my life. It's not just a figure of speech when people say that intelligence hurts the ego. It literally triggers pain response, which makes us sensitive. If people feel less intelligent around you, they either avoid you unconsciously, cheapen you to feel better, or try to prove you wrong.
What is intelligence, right? Let's break this down, because you know, for a while I didn't consider myself intelligent because I had a perceived notion that intelligent people are the ones with the lab coats and the glasses and the receding hairline. But no, intelligence, I've come to find out, is developed through one's own ability to critically think, right? Because anybody can tell you what reality is. If you rely on someone else's intelligence, like, oh yeah, they're gonna figure it out, they know more than I do, then they can tell you what is real. They can tell you, they're the arbiters of truth now. You see, it's easier to just rely on other people to get the job done. It's easier to rely on the tribe to say, oh yeah, these guys got it figured out and I'm a part of these guys and we're a group and we're together and I fit in with them. I'm not trying to rock the boat. I'm not trying to think for myself because that's gonna, that might conflict with the group. So I really think that intelligence starts from individuation, where you have to isolate or separate yourself from the group for a moment in time to develop your own thoughts, because it's like a hive mind when you're constantly around people and listening to their thoughts and their narrative and their words and their, it infects you. Matter of fact, let me explain these things. There are 7 major chakra systems in the body, right? There's more than that, but there's 7 major chakra systems that align with your spinal cord. The 7 chakras goes like this. It's the root chakra, dealing with your survival, your physiological needs. Your sacral chakra, dealing with your sexual drive. Solar plexus chakra, dealing with your courage. Your heart chakra, dealing with your empathy. Throat chakra, dealing with your speech. Third eye chakra, dealing with your vision. And your crown chakra, dealing with your connection to the source. The thing about these chakra systems is that most people, they have their energy life form resonating below the solar plexus. The human body is divided in the middle like an equator. Like, you know how the earth has an equator, and around the equator it divides the earth from top half and the lower halves. The equator of the human body is the solar plexus right here, our gut. And below that are the 2 chakras, the root chakra and the sexual chakra. And that's where most people reside at. Most people, they keep their life form energy within their survival needs and within their sexual needs. That's all they think about. That's all they obtain. That's all they're motivated by, is by paying the bills. That's why, whenever you talk about deep topics, the people who are in that lower state of chakra, they're like, what does this have to do with paying my bills? What is, what I mean? Like, I got to pay bills tomorrow, man. Put the fries in the bag. That's all they could think about is money, because they're stuck in the lower states of those chakras. Next thing is the sexual chakra, which is, always thinking about sex and stuff. And, I'm not saying the lower vibration is of a disgusting nature. Like, sex is beautiful, but people abuse it. People turn it into like, the only thing to obtain. Like, this is the highest height of human existence. They turn it into a drug, basically. Like, they get addicted and then they abuse it, and then it waters out the beauty of it, waters out all of that stuff. But it's because their energy only resides in those lower frequencies. They only see survival needs and sexual needs, and they don't go above the solar plexus. They don't have courage. They don't have confidence within themselves, truly. Or they don't have empathy for others, truly, because they're constantly thinking about their survival needs. They're constantly thinking about their sexual needs. They don't got time to give a damn about somebody else. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, meaning I am the spirit commanding the human body, the human vessel, right? The human animal, right? I am not my body. My body is a mech suit that I'm controlling. You know what I mean? But most people have identified with their bodies. And I think that's why they reside in the lower states of consciousness, where they're only thinking about their sexual and their physiological needs. Because of this, it doesn't make you any different than an animal, right? Like an animal adheres to their pleasure senses. All an animal does is eat, shit, and sleep, and that's all an animal does. The thing that separates us from animals is our intelligence. But if we don't use it, what makes us different than cattle? What makes us different than the herd? Our intelligence that separates us, our ability to change our environment. Now, what I've noticed with my debates with many religious people is that they don't seek the valuable information that can uplift them or can change their frequency to where they can better their lives or, you know, better their mood or whatever it may be. They constantly have this idea that they need to be saved from themselves. It takes the self-accountability away from them. They're constantly looking for something outside of them. They're externalizing, you know, power to come and save them as a victim of life. Power was within them the whole time. You see, the body is an instrument, okay? It's an instrument. And most people don't know how to play their instrument. Their instruments, they're out of tune, over-processed, overworked, unrested, bewildered, just like tired bodies, bro. Like people just have bodies that are just constantly chasing pleasure, but they never put it on the charger. They never put their bodies on the charger. They never put their mind on the charger. Because of this, the way how they think is cluttered with programs of the world. They cannot think for themselves. They constantly are needing what's it called? Stimulation from the world to gain some sense of identity. When you understand yourself more, I'm telling you, man, it's a different ball game. You start seeing life differently. It's like, you know, you start sensing things. You start sensing energies. You can see things before it happens. You can understand where people are coming from, their intentions. You can sense it. You can feel it more, right? That intuition is stronger. And when you have a strong intuition, you choose a path that's more delectable for you. You know what I mean? It's like being able to see behind the doors, right? Like you have a choice behind two doors, right? And you don't know what's behind the doors, but when you have strong intuition, you could zoom up and look beyond the wall and be like, oh, that's behind that wall. That's a saber-toothed tiger is on the right one and Valhalla is on the left. We're going with the left because you have a stronger intuition to make the right decisions in life.
Perhaps the greatest discovery in all of human history is the fact that you become what you think about most of the time. Emerson said that a person is what he thinks about all day long. The way you think determines the way you react and respond to things happening around you. The way you react and respond determines your emotions. Your emotions determine your actions, and your actions determine your results. Everything begins with your thinking. Successful high-performance people think about positive, constructive things most of the time. They think about what they want and how to get it most of the time. Especially, they maintain high levels of self-acceptance and self-esteem by thinking about their good points, by thinking about the positive qualities and characteristics that they have and that you have, and which they have developed over the course of their lifetimes. Unhappy, negative people think and talk about all the things that they've done wrong, the mistakes they've made, and the people that have hurt them in the past. Happy, confident people instead think about all the positive things they've done and achieved over their lifetimes, and they look forward to accomplishing even more in the future.